Hey, this is Group Dwalin, and my name is John Atkerson.
It's Dominic Johnson.
And Christopher Negron.
And we are doing a little presentation on cold servers.
Hi, my name is Dominic Johnson, and today I want to tell you about our upcoming presentation on cold servers. I will be your guide as I help try and show you the benefits of cold servers and why they are important to every company. Along with me will be John and Chris as they go into the details and the finale of our presentation. For this, we will show you the benefits and 0 downsides if you place your business's network and data in our care. When attending our meet, you will be required to take a quick informational quiz on our product's capabilities. It'll be quick, be short, it'll be easy, it'll be fun, it'll be informational, it'll be all of the above, everything you could want. It won't be a grind, it won't be a pop quiz. So you have it coming. We will go into the details of the specs of our devices so everyone can understand. You don't have to be an IT person to get this. If you're the top executive, that's great. You can understand. You can communicate more with your team. This will be perfect. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck are cold servers? Why do I have to go to this meeting? Why do I have to take a quiz? All that will be answered at the presentation. So do not worry. We will explain what cold servers are. We will explain our business's standpoint. We'll explain why we are trying to help you as a business. To give a very brief, quick rundown, imagine you are a collector. All right? Let's say you collect 2 of every book you own. So let's say, for instance, you have The Prince and the Pauper. All right? You have a nice version that your mother gave you and passed on, for generations. But you're able to find 2 of them. You keep one in pristine condition as a backup, as an extra. And you use the other one currently. Let's say there's a storm hits and you lose the other one. Well, you have that extra, you have that backup. You have that safety net. Cold servers are a safety net for your business and your data and everything important to you. The reason we have these cold servers is so that you do not have to start over at ground zero. One thing that can kill a business that is just starting to get off the ground, that's just starting to thrive, would be having no cold servers, no backups, no nothing. If they were just to suddenly crash, if they were all to suddenly just burn, get deleted. We are here to prevent that and save your business so that one day you can become the next Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, etc. Please attend. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Christopher Negron, and I'll be talking about what a cold server is. Let's say one day you arrive at work. You sit down, you turn on your monitor, then your computer. You put in your login credentials, and you receive an error message saying, error to connect to server. You try again, same error box of course. You decide to talk to your boss. Your boss doesn't know what's going on and decides to talk to his higher-ups. The higher-ups come back with a message saying the following. The server in North California has been down due to an earthquake. We are trying to resolve the issue, please wait. You've been wondering, what can I do in case of a natural disaster? Like a hurricane, an earthquake like this California server, a tsunami. Or let's say an angry employee decides to sabotage the equipment. Maybe there's an arson attack. There could be many forms that a hot server can go down. That's where the cold server comes in. A cold server is an off-site, most of the time, server that is very cheap to run, and maintenance as well is very cheap. The reason why? All equipment is off, and it's only used when needed. As well, there could be one on the site right beside it, in case, let's say, something breaks. It can be used temporarily to keep the servers running. So let's go back to the events that happen on the company. The higher-ups decide to call their cold server in Cincinnati. to the technician. The technician decides to turn it on. Takes around, let's say, an hour or 30 minutes for service to go back up. As that's happening, work keeps on flowing. Every minute is thousands of dollars down the drain. And companies don't like to lose money. And I bet companies don't like maintaining service as well. So most of them may be using a cold server to keep costs very low. The positive thing about cold servers too is that if you have one, you can use it as, let's say, an extended moment for sending repairs to the hot server. Let's say a few hard drives decide to fail, or a few power supplies need to be replaced, as maybe their coil has, their fuses may have been destroyed. We'll use the cold server temporarily to keep out the weight of when the hot server is down. This has been my view on what a cold server is.
Thank you, Christopher. Your broad stroke basic description of cold servers was tremendously helpful. Thank you. Christopher, thank you to you as well for delving into the finer details of cold servers, why you need to use them, and their finer functionality of what's going on. I found that magnificent. Thank you. My name is John Ackerson, and I am following in summation, in closure to our presentation to give a basic wrap up of what we talked about and how we are going to present ourselves in this coming week for our presentation. Let's start off again by reviewing why are cold servers useful. There's 3 main points here. The first being disaster recovery. Say you are in a location that is particularly prone, sorry, I'm losing motor skills here, to earthquakes, hurricanes, what have you. Your location is struck by said environmental hazard. All your servers go down because they're in shambles, everything is in rubble, and it's not looking good for the future of your company. But wait, you have cold servers off-site. You kick them up and running, you transfer all of that information back to your new hardware that you purchased, and bam, you're leaving right where you left off. Number 2 being storage of sensitive information, aka financial records, sensitive customer employee information, etc. Generally, there's information that every company has that they want to keep around, but they won't necessarily want to use that right away. The criticality of that information is not immediately important, but they may want to use it. So keeping something like this in a server somewhere is a good idea. But then that brings us to my next point, the third and final point. Cold servers are especially cost-effective in a long-term time frame, which goes back to the previous point. You want to keep this information for a long time. Keeping that information in a server that is powered down, even though it takes a lot of power to get it back up, will be much more cost-effective than keeping it in a hot server that you always have to keep powered. And since that information isn't going to be used most of the time, it's best to keep it powered down. Your company is going to be saving huge amounts of money. So if we're thinking long-term, which I assume most businesses are, this is a component of your business that you are going to want to have. All right, so we've gone over the basic functionality, cost effectiveness, and scenarios best suited for such a utility. I'd like to follow by saying you should prepare yourself for the upcoming Kahoot quiz that is coming up. As you know, you have been informed about this, so you should have been paying attention. I will be awarding the winner special prizes of fake internet points. They're very valuable, and you will want them. So please give your best, and don't show up looking like a lame-o, not knowing what's going on, okay? Thank you. This has been a pleasure.